Okay, for our last section of the year, this is where we'll start out next year in AP Calculus. For all of those of you who are in AP Calculus, we start out with limits. Okay? So, limit is getting really, really close to something, but might not actually be there. But what we're doing with these is finding limits by direct substitution. Now, this first one is easy peasy lemon squeezy. Because if we do limit by substitution, we stick a -2 there, a -2 there, and figure it out. So what's -2 times -2 minus 3 squared? Well, this is -5 squared. -5 squared is 25 times -2 is easy peasy lemon squeezy. If we put in a 6, we have -6 squared plus 2 times 6 minus 4. Now, is this -6 squared or the opposite of 6 squared? It is the opposite of 6 squared. You do the negative after you square it, because negative in front of it is multiplication. So this is -36 plus 12, which is -24, minus 4, which is -28. It would be like that. But it is not. So there we go. What's 7 times 9? Minus 2 is? So it's a square root of 61, and we leave it like that. All right. What's 2 minus a -6? 8. So we have 8 to the 7/3 power. How should we go about this? Well, you guys will just punch it into your calculator. But it would be 8 to the 1/3 to the 7th. 8 to the 1/3 is 2. 2 to the 7th is 128. Right? Okay. Here's where it gets a little dicier. If we put a 2 in here, -2 in here, we get 4 minus 10 plus 6, which is 0, over 4 minus 4, which is 0. 0 over 0, well, we can't divide by 0. And it's not 0. So, this is an indefinite limit until we factor. Let's factor. X and x, plus and plus, factors of 6 are x and x, plus and minus 2 and 2. So if we cancel these two out, I get x plus 3 over x minus 2. Now can I put the limit in? So I get 1 over -4. So it's -1/4. All right. This limit is -1/4. Is a function continuous? Well, you could graph it out to see whether it's continuous or not, but it's not going to be continuous because you're going to have two vertical asymptotes. You're going to have an asymptote at 2 and at -2, but we can still find the limit. Explain why substitution cannot be used, because it's indeterminate, right? Let me check and see if that is the answer. Zoom. A, yep. Because we get an indeterminate solution. But as soon as we factor, we can determine a solution. So for this one, why can't it work initially? Because we have an indeterminate solution. Because we get 0 over 0. But if we factor this, does anybody remember how to factor a perfect cube? That's from Algebra 2. It's the cube root of this minus the cube root of that, and hopefully you're paying attention because this is on your homework, times this first term squared, multiply them together and use the opposite sign, and the last term squared. Now what can we do? Cancel. We have x squared plus 2x plus 4, which is 4 plus 4 plus 4, which is 12, is our limit. Okay? Now we're going to look at left-right limits. Okay? Left-right limits. This is as we're coming from the left. If it has a minus sign there, that's coming from the left. Okay? So as we're coming from the left towards 4 from the left, where am I approaching a y value of? 4. As I'm approaching from the right, what y value am I approaching? 5. Do they approach the same y value? So this does not exist. The limit does not exist. The limit does not exist. Name the movie. Yes! What?
I wouldn't answer, honestly. Yeah.
Well, that's how the movie ended, almost, basically. It was right at the end of the movie. Because the mathlete, this is kind of a spoiler. Because the mathletes, she was sitting in class thinking, and there was this cute boy. What was behind this cute boy's head? Oh, it was a limit. And what happened to the limit? The limit did not exist. Oh, and then she thought of the answer, and they won the regional math competition. Yeah, Mean Girls. Because she was not a mathlete. She was just, I don't know how she ended up on the mathletes team. She was smart, but whatever. Good movie to watch, but too bad we don't have a time to watch it in PreCalc. I don't think we can get done with Mean Girls in an hour and a half. So, okay.
We could start it on Wednesday. Finish it.
Oh.
Do a pack.
Yeah. Do a pack. Do one of Quartz's packets. About all the important parts of Mean Girls. Okay, here we go. Find the limit as we're approaching 2 from the left. As we're approaching 2 from the left, we go to 4. What's the limit as we go towards 2 from the right? 4. So what's the limit at 2? 4. Whoops. I hate when that happens. The limit is 4. What's the value of the function at 2? 3. The value of the function is 3, but the limit is 4 because they both approach 4. But the value of the limit is 3. Okay? Good calculus stuff here. There's a lot of good calculus stuff. So, what's the limit as we approach -2 from the right? Where are we at? 4. That's a true statement. As x approaches 0 from the left, where are we at? 0, not 5, so that's false. The value of the function at 0 is 5. The limit of the function at 0 is 0. Need to know what that is. Is the limit as we're approaching from the left to 0 and the right from 0 the same limit? Yes, because they're both 0. Okay. Does the limit exist at 0? Yes, because it comes both ways from the same. Is the limit as f of x equals 0, 0? Yes. Is the limit as x approaches 2, 4? as x approaches 2, is the limit 4? No, because we're approaching 2 from the left, it's 4. 2 from the right, it's 0. Since they approach two different limits, it is false. It is not 4. Okay? As x approaches 4 from the left, as x approaches 4 from the left, is the limit 4? No, it is 0. Okay? All right. That is false. Oh, I was assuming false was on the bottom. So is that true? Yeah, this one's true. All right. So we'll have questions.